In today's video, we're going to give you an in-depth review about StudioBinder and give it the Screenwriting Mentor Review, which is my way of scoring how good a screenwriting software really is. Now, in the final score, we're going to look at the following 5 perspectives. We're going to look at cost, we're going to look at features, we're going to look at ease of use, we're going to look at resources, and the 5th one, communication. So stick around to the end of the video and see how StudioBinder stands up. So our first category today is we're going to look at price. And I think everybody is going to really like the price for this one. It is free. Now, however, there is a catch. As you know, there is no such thing as a free lunch. StudioBinder isn't a writing software per se. It's more of a projection software. One where you can break down things like what kind of wardrobe are you going to be wearing. You can highlight different words. Like if you're using a guitar, you can highlight guitar, and you can see what kind of different guitars you want to use for a prop. You can figure out a shooting schedule for your film and create short lists as well as storyboards. Now, if you're interested in this type of thing, the cheapest tier of pricing is $29.99 per month. However, as a screenwriting channel, I'm more concerned with the screenwriting part, and that is free. One note is that you can only have one project at a time on the free version of the software. Features are the next category. And just, you know, StudioBinder is a web-based program or web-based app, meaning you have to go to their website in order to write out or use their program. So you can't do it offline. Now, some people think this is fine, but other people are not really liking that ability because they have their internet's not so good, or they get spotty internet coverage. So you have to really decide for yourself what you think is important, whether it's using having it downloaded to your computer or being able to just use it on the internet. Now, since StudioBinder is more a projection app than a writing app, you'll find that the writing part is pretty bare bones. Now, there are a few things that it adds, like a feature where you can download an image or a document for use while you're writing. Personally, I think Scrivener does a better job of doing this in that you don't have to reopen a separate window to have the image come up or your writing come up. There's also a comment feature where you can send this to somebody else and they can write comments so you can see what they think of your particular screenplay. Other than that, yep, there ain't much. But then again, it's free. All right, so I'm going to work on my screenplay right now for the ease of use part. You watch me as I type through it. It was really easy to do this first part here where we talk about sort of setting the scene. Scene setting, you just simply click this where you're at, and I'll do this down here. So let's say we're doing a scene setting. It really comes up really nice. You can do internal, external, then right where you're at. And then it actually, when I did a dash and then wrote night, it actually came up with that as well too. So there was a bunch of different things in there. So let's actually get back to the action, which is where I believe I'm at. So the hard part about this is I'm writing this off my final draft. My fade in. My final draft copy of the script. So I'm having to go between the two. It's a little harder than when I was going with Scrivener, where you can open up that extra window. So I'm noticing that, so like this thing here, you think it would have highlighted this since I didn't have the T capitalized, but it didn't. So I just went back through and fixed that just because I saw that. And then the nice thing, hit tab, and then I can pick up my hero, Max. Okay, I think that's enough for right now. It's really pretty simple. I'm really impressed with the ease of use. Scene and settings really easy to use. You just hit tab, you can get the action, dialogue. It remembers your character, which is nice. It's easy to do parentheticals, really easy. It's got a button for it. Dialogue's really easy to do. You know, once you have a character, it automatically puts you into dialogue mode. And then you have a transitions, which you can see down here. I easily put in a dissolve to, and we just had to hit transition, and it gives you a bunch of different ones that you can do, like fade in, fade out, anything like that. So ease of use wise, really pretty easy. that's why I sort of like to use this particular software for newer screenwriters. If you just want to see how things work, it's just really easy. The bare basics here, nothing you really need to worry about. You can just write your script. This leads us to our fourth category, resources. Now, StudioBinder has an awesome YouTube channel, and you don't have to take my word for it. There's more than 1 million people subscribed, so they're obviously doing something right. But to be completely transparent, not all the videos on there are about writing. It's about all different types of filmmaking. So it does a really good job of showing you different things like lighting, like script work, like sound design and stuff like that. So there's a whole different wide range of resources on there. So it fits a wide range of people, which I think is the reason why so many people love their channel. Also, the videos are really well done. So to look for more resources, we go to the project screen. Mine is called Review Copy. I know, not very original, but just so we can figure out where we need to go. If we have some questions, we can go to this little icon here. We have Support Desk, we have Partners, we have more resources. So resource here, as we click this, you'll see a whole bunch of free film production documents and templates. As we look through here, you can see a whole bunch of different things that you can use, pre-production templates. They also have production templates at all as well too, a walkie-talkie lingo cheat sheet, free TV show Bible template. So they have a lot of different things in this area that you can look at and use, and they're all free, which is great. I always like free. The other thing that we can look at is Support Desk. And as we get to Support Desk, we can see there's different categories. There's 32 articles for the script writing. You can see all the different helps that they have with each of these different things. Departments, teamwork, teammates and sharing, media library, that type of stuff. We'll just click on the screenwriting to see what type of questions they have, how to recover a screenplay format, how to copy and paste text in screenplay, how to use screenplay version history. So again, you can look through each of these, and then they have a little article. Let's take a look at screenplay version history. And you can see right here that they have a nice little article. Plus, a lot of their articles do include a video on how to do stuff. And they're really nice. They have each of the different steps of how they do stuff. As you can see, it's really big font. You can really understand what's going on. So in terms of resources, they do a really good job. Finally, communication. Now, I sent StudioBinder a different question than my typical one because I was curious about how they do dual dialogue. And I got an answer within about 2 hours. And I will show you their response to me. It says, "Hi Paul, currently StudioBinder does not support the dual dialogue format. This has been discussed in the past and is being considered for a future update. I have logged a feature request for you with the engineering team. The more a feature is requested, the faster it is escalated and considered. We'll be sure to let you know when this becomes available. In the meantime, dual dialogue can be indicated by both character names on the character line." So the good thing is they give us a workaround for that, for using this type of, when using their software. So I really appreciate this. And again, it took 2 hours for this. And I really appreciate their professional response. So here we go as we finish up our review on StudioBinder. Now I rate on a 5-reel system, 5 reels being the best and 1 reel being pretty bad. So I gave StudioBinders for price 5 reels. It's free. You can't beat free, right? Features. I would give StudioBinder 1 reel. Now to be fair, it's more of a production app, and in terms of production app, it has a lot of great features. So I'm not dogging it because doesn't have enough good features on its production app side. But looking at it from a screenwriting app or screenwriting program, it doesn't have a lot. There's no dual dialogue. The other thing you'll notice is that you can't save as a final draft version of your script. And that makes sense because they want you to use StudioBinder as your production tool. And so that's the reason why why the industry likes using Final Draft. There's a lot of tools out there that they can plug your script into and sort of figure out how much things are going to cost. But in terms of writing, the cupboard is pretty bare. There's not a lot of features. Ease of use. 4 reels. Now, this would be very easy for a novice to pick up because of the graphical interface. and there's not a lot of other features to muck up that experience. Now, I wasn't so excited about the uploading images for helping you with writing, how writing goes. So if you upload an image to see how it looks, to give you some inspiration, that process was very convoluted. And you think you could just drag and drop it into the program, into these files. No, you had to select the file, click the upload button, and that was the only way you could to get that to drop into the folder. And I think that's a little archaic, especially nowadays where everything is drop and drag. Especially like if you upload a YouTube video, you just drop and drag it. I don't have to go to a button and press it. But to be fair, that's not the screenwriting part of it. That is like a sort of like an extra bonus for the screenwriting part. Overall, the screenwriting part is really easy to use. If you are a new screenwriter and are thinking of just writing a screenplay and you want to give it a try, give this a try. It's really easy to use. You're just using the tab key for most of the time. It works really slick. Resources for Reels. I love their YouTube channel and I find it really helpful. And they have some additional resources for writing as well as other parts of the filmmaking process. Their question and answer section is easy to locate, but in my opinion, doesn't have a ton of stuff. But then again, too, with writing, they don't really have a lot to worry about in terms of writing. Still, overall, I think they have a good amount of resources, especially if you're sort of that writer-director type of thing, because as a director, you get to see all these different other types of material that help you with your directing side. So I think 4 reels is a good call for this one. Communication, 5 reels. I got an answer within 2 hours of sending it. I think that's pretty timely, and it was a professional response. I could also rate the experience as well. They took a lot of thought into when they have this customer service communication with other people. So if you're looking for customer communication, they definitely have it at StudioBinder. Now, out of 25 reels, StudioBinder gets 19. For a free piece of software, that's pretty good, don't you think? Now, if you're wondering if you would like to write a script and don't want to spend a lot of money at all, I would give this software a look-see. Now, you can write your script, get some good resources, and discover if this is the part of the filmmaking process you really enjoy, and it's not going to cost you anything. Now, if you're thinking of making screenwriting a career, I wouldn't use this software because most studios don't use this as their production software. I would probably get something along Fade In or Final Draft, or at least have a software that can save as a final draft template or a file, so that way that when you send that to somebody else, that they can turn that into whatever they use for production software. Well, hi everyone, my name is Paul from Screenwriting Mentor. Thank you for sticking around for this to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed my video on StudioBinder. If you like these type of videos where I talk about different screenwriting software products and just the screenwriting process itself, feel free to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification and the thumbs up buttons. Those things always do a really good job of helping me get into the algorithm. If you have a particular software you want me to look at, feel free to leave it in the comment section below or send me a DM. I also have been answering questions on my DM as of right now for people who are having screenwriting questions. I normally don't read scripts right now, but if you have a couple simple questions, I'm always happy to answer them for you. Please hit me up in the link in the description below. Well, until the next video, write well and live well.